Okay, self-defense videos. 90% of them are hilariously bad, and 10% of them are actually pretty nice. It's like finding a diamond in a mud puddle. Alright, let's see what we got
with acrylics on.
here.
In my last video, you saw me rolling up my fingers like this to create a fist. Obviously, you can do that, and it hurts very, very much.
Okay, if you have nails like this, I don't know how you find yourself in a situation to start throwing punches at someone.
So here's how to throw a punch. This doesn't work, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna either hit with your palm, like that.
Okay. This is what we came here for, man. Palm strikes, man. Palm strikes and long nails. These are the self-defense videos we have come here for.
That still works, right? Or with this part of your finger. So you're not gonna curl it all the way in. You're gonna hold it like that.
Very weird angle of a hammer fist,
Still
but
works.
sure.
It doesn't hurt you.
It's almost like you're trying to stab someone, but without anything. Might as well just use your nails. Okay, if you have nails like this, do not fight. Try to find a way to get out of it. It's self-defense, then there's better ways to hit someone than like this. Number one, palm strikes. I don't like palm strikes. They can work, they cause damage. You hit someone the right way, it could definitely work, but it's not the most efficient way of landing a blow on somebody. Punching is always going to be better. I understand people who say throw palm strikes. It's safer on your hands. You're not going to break your knuckles by throwing a palm strike. But you also have to know, you're not thinking about the next fight. You're not thinking about later down the road. You're not thinking about, oh man, if I break my hand now, if I get into another fight, I'm not going to be able to throw punches anymore. Like, no one's thinking this way. And yes, people don't want to break their hands, but at the end of the day, you have to defend yourself. Unless you're some MMA fighter or something like that, you're not going to be in this confident state when it comes to a street fight. You're going to have to try to get this thing done as fast as you can. And if it comes down to you hurting your hands, if that's what you have to do in order to get out of that situation to defend yourself, that's what's just gonna have to happen, right? You don't want to be throwing palm strikes and you don't have enough distance or the range of motion to land them devastatingly, and now the guy's punching you in the face where you can't hit them. Just throw a closed fist. The uppercuts and hooks and the different kind of methods of throwing punches are things that palm strikes are not going to be able to do at the same kind of level. You can get some range of motion, but it's not like a closed fist. And the other most important thing about it is, when you close your fist, you have more reach. In fact, you're adding like 1 inch to 2 inches of reach, and that can be significant. That can save your life. Now, if you have nails like this, don't close your fist. I mean, it's going to hurt. You're going to hurt yourself, and you're not going to be able to actually have any kind of full impact of your punches because it's not going to be fully closed, you know? But you don't have to do this. You don't have to palm strike and hammer fist in this way. Number one, the hammer fist motion is just not as powerful. If you're going to hammer fist, bring it across your body. That's the most powerful way to throw one. But the thing you want to do is here, I'll show you right here. So, first time hand reveal for you guys. So you guys can see this, right? I don't know why I'm asking, I'm not live streaming. Make a fist like this. Bring all your fingers down and the thumb across. It feels a little funny at first, but as you keep it in this position, it kind of gets normal. It doesn't feel weird anymore. And you can actually throw punches at almost 100% power with this hand position. In fact, I throw punches like this all the time when I'm hitting a heavy bag bare fist. And the reason I do that is, as you can see, I kind of got bitch wrists. And I don't know why that is. I got strong hands, but very weak wrists. But every time I throw punches this way, I notice a firmness in my wrist stability. Try it yourselves. If you have a bag somewhere close, punch the bag like this, you're going to notice how much more stiff your wrist is. And ultimately, you can even generate more power this way. So forget this palm strike stuff. Throw punches this way. Ladies, if you have long nails, or even men, no one judges here, throw punches this way. Oh man, the Detroit Master. Who sent me this? I see this guy all the time, man. And I like the guy, I'm not going to lie. I mean, he has never lost as an MMA coach. He's undefeated, all right? He can even go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time with that kind of record. But man, I can't stand him too. You hear about the gun crime rate in Detroit, it's not gang related or anything like that. It's actually people trying to imitate what this guy's doing. He's gotten people out here in Detroit trying to catch bullets. And no, I'm not meaning like they're starting problems with the wrong people. I mean, they're literally trying to grab bullets out of midair, and it's just not the same anymore, man. Well, let's see what he's got here. Ultra Instinct. Who would have known?
Yep. So from here,
you guys see how fast that was? Look how fast he grabs that. He's like 2 feet away. That's insane, man. There's no way you could pull a trigger as fast as he grabbed it. And it kind of seems slow, honestly. I've seen some of his better stuff. Like, you ever see where he elbows it into the card window? Genius work. I mean, no one can operate in that kind of speed. Then again, why is he teaching this if no one can move that fast?
here, you would have to grab the barrel. That's what gives you the force to actually control it.
What we learned today is he has Ultra Instinct. Now it all makes sense. And do I find so hilarious with so many self-defense videos. When I tell you this, you're going to start noticing it over and over again. In self-defense, they forget that humans have 2 arms. They guard, deflect, and control one arm in some strange magical way. And they forget that guy could do something with his other hand. Most people have 2 arms, right? I don't think you're going to be mugged or attacked by someone with 1 arm. Then I can't help but just feel bad for the attacker and hope he gets out of the situation safely. But it's a reoccurring thing that you're going to notice from now to the rest of your life. In self-defense, no one has 2 arms. My man, Detroit Master. No, don't tell me. The elbow strike. No, the downward elbow onto the arm. This is like Krav Maga Aikido 101. Someone tries to grab your throat like they're Itachi, and then you just elbow their arm and magic happens. A 10 out of 10 for the pose though. Now it works. I can't stand these elbow strike stuff. I can't stand this choke. You can literally just rotate out of their grip. I mean, the guy's trying to look cool with the pose, but he doesn't look cool anymore when you just step out of it. Their arm is fully extended. They're only trying to choke you with 1 hand. There is nothing they can do if you just step back and rotate out. Or if you want, you could just punch them in the face. You guys see my man's grip? He's like so aggressive with his right. He's trying to like stop the girl's breathing. And then his left hand is so nice and sweet. It's almost like he's petting her, like caressing her.
Lo primero es sacarme la mano de la boca. Para eso tengo que subir mis brazos y tirar hacia abajo con un golpe seco. Y ahora voy a girar para pegar con mi rodilla a sus genitales.
So no one does this. This is not reality. No one grabs your face from your mouth. This is what you see in movies. Usually if people are going to do this, they're going to have some kind of weapon in their other hand. And it's going to be very difficult to react this way. That's why he's kind of forced to just rest his hand on her arm, because he has nothing in the other. He has no threat on her. He's not going for a choke. He's not trying to strike. He's not even going for any kind of body control. So what is he even doing here? But let's say in a world this happens. Her technique is actually not bad for this situation. 2 hands on one is usually going to be stronger, and it's going to be great to break their grip. You can duck under, rotate out like this, and knee him in the balls. Like, not bad technique there, and you want to run away afterward. So, unrealistic scenario, but correct technique, I guess. And I love the fact that we don't know what she's saying, but we do know what she's saying as well. That's the beauty of martial arts. You don't have to know the language. Everybody kind of understands the language of martial arts.
Self-defense.
Oh man, I'm hesitant to watch the rest of this. Okay, let's see what happens here.
From a child.
All right, so the way that works.
No, get out of here. You see how the creep creeps up on them? He thought he can get away with this. And then when she turns around and breaks his grip and pushes him away, he's like, oh no, my plan has been foiled. Then he surrenders and just like walks away. That's a pretty nice house over there. Whoa. This would never happen. Now here's the thing I gotta say, man. I see the way she broke his grip, squeezing the wrist and pulling out from where the thumb is. That's the weakest area of a grip. But she let go of her kid. Look, she let go of the kid completely. Just to go ahead and break this guy's grip. What are you doing? That's not a good trade. Never do this. Never let go of your kid. You gave him control. That is number one. Don't ever do that unless you hate your kid. Never push and reach forward, getting off your back foot when you're reaching. Never ever do this. Remember, most people have 2 arms. If you reach forward like this and you got yourself off balance, they can grab that arm. They can grab your hair in this situation, and they will drag you down into the pavement, and then afterward they can run after your kid. Because you have to also remember, if someone commits to grab your kid like this, they aren't just going to stop after you notice. And that's what you have to keep in your mind. Maybe they back away. Maybe there's witnesses and they don't want to be caught in the moment. But you never want to think, okay, this guy is done. I succeeded. Mission complete. Because it's not mission complete. And here's the other thing. If someone's trying to grab your kid like this when everybody knows that the kid is with their parent, you can let out some blows on this guy. An elbow, a punch, something. You are protecting your child. My man, Detroit Master. There has to be something behind this that we don't understand.
Some people out there think that if you're a small female, you have no way of defending yourself against someone bigger and stronger than you. But in reality, all you have to do is know the right moves to use in the right moment.
No, this one's actually not bad. If someone's trying to grab you from the back like this, you can absolutely step on the outside and pull their leg over. I mean, unless they're extremely flexible, this is going to work on most people. And when you do trip them out, you want to run away. Do not engage anymore. This is actually not a bad technique.
So right now, he can't pull the trigger because I blocked it.
Genius. Real. 100% works. I'm not even going to debate it. You already know. For those who know my takes on Krav Maga, you already know I'm irked with this already. Okay, I don't have a problem with Krav Maga as a martial art. The only thing about Krav Maga that I cringe about is the debates I used to have with a small group of the Krav Maga space that believe that it's the greatest martial art on earth and nothing is better than it. And you should learn Krav Maga and not boxing, not Muay Thai, not any of that. Krav Maga is the way of life. That's the thing I cringe most about. And that's why it may sound like I'm a Krav Maga hater, but I am not at all. Krav Maga can work 100%, especially when it comes to weapons. They could be even ahead of the game of most other martial arts. But I already know what's going to happen here, and there's a fundamental thing with Krav Maga that I don't necessarily like, and it's an issue with efficiency. This is why I always say, if you want to learn Krav Maga, but there's better methods out there. Because Krav Maga, I'm going to be honest, tries to find unnecessary ways to use like any weird body part of yours as a weapon. They'll go and spend hours, days, weeks trying to find how your collarbone could be used as a weapon to drop somebody. Just use your hands, use traditional methods. They're the things that work the best. Also, when you notice in Krav Maga, most of it is close range or it's a static range from a distance. You don't see much elusiveness. You don't see much teachings about movement and footwork. Everyone's a robot or a punching dummy. Now, I understand this is used against inexperienced people who don't know any martial art, and that's 100% going to work. That's why I said Krav Maga can work for sure. But there are much more practical ways. Learn boxing, learn Muay Thai, learn wrestling, learn Jiu-Jitsu. If you get the hang of all 4 of those martial arts, you are set in an unarmed street fight. Krav Maga can really come in handy when it comes to weapons. And judging from the beginning of this video, I already know there's a hammer fist coming. Okay, pause right here. I understand that guy's crossing his arms, and that's the teaching of this attack is if you are crossing your arms in front of an attacker, that's what you gotta do. There's a better teaching here. Don't cross your arms in front of someone who's attacking you. You don't want to keep yourself defenseless and then start throwing punches first. You're done. It might be over. You might have just ended yourself. That's the teaching. Do not cross your arms, so you never even have to do this attack. And number 2, when you extend from this crossed arm position, you don't have leverage and momentum in order to generate a lot of power, even if you hammer fist or carotid artery. Some people might be able to cause some damage here, especially if you're big, you're naturally strong, you're a physical specimen in some way. But most people are not going to be able to cause damage like this. And then he gets the guy planking on his knee. Even someone who's unconscious is not going to be able to lay on your knee like this. And you got some Muay Thai action, so okay. A lot of credit to the Krav Maga advancing their skill set, learning from different martial arts and using it. But again, we need to see more movement, more footwork, more common retaliation.
There's one option if we're grabbed by the wrist.
Okay, another wrist grab situation.
And we point our thumb in the direction that their thumb is pointing. And then we can step in, drop the elbow, and pull our fist.
Wait, I was kind of distracted. Let me watch it again.
Then we point our thumb in the direction that their thumb is pointing. And then we can step in, drop the elbow, and pull our fist.
Okay, I love this video. Perfect stance and perfect camera angle. This is an excellent one. This is the best video so far. The wrist grab, pulling your arm out from the thumb side, which is, the weaker part, and using your other hand in case you have enough strength, if it's a much bigger person. Yeah, I like this a lot, but again, you do have to remember the other guy has another arm, most likely. Unless he doesn't, then I actually feel bad for the attacker. Yeah, love the video. 10 out of 10.
If you ever find yourself getting choked from behind, do these steps. Grab the attacker's arm, swing your legs up and then down, and then step behind the attacker to release his...
Yeah, this works 100% because the guy doesn't have control of the body, and if you swing your body like this, it's always going to cause a bit of imbalance. The person's not going to be able to control you, even if they are much bigger than you. Swinging over 100 pounds like this is going to get anybody off balance, and that's going to allow you to momentarily escape the choke, and you're going to be able to duck under, bring their arm upward, whatever it is. Great sequence here. This can work against anybody unless Hafthor Bjornsson is choking you, then you're screwed.
Seconds to prepare you for your first street fight. This is what I tell you to do. First, do everything you can to avoid the fight. The moment you put your hands on another human being, you invite all kinds of unnecessary bullshit into your life. You could end up in prison. You could end up in the hospital. Second, get out of his range. You never want to let a guy get up in your space like this. It's too easy for him to sucker punch you or stick you with a knife or headbutt you. Third, set up your legal defense fund. It looks like this. Back off. Leave me alone. This is what witnesses will tell cops and juries later on when you try to claim that you acted in self-defense. Fourth, if the guy continues to come at you anyway, hit him first with a preemptive strike. It could be a palm heel to the face. It could be a punch to the face. It could be a kick to the balls. If you let him swing first, your self-defense claim will be that much stronger. Unfortunately, in a fight, whoever hits first usually wins. Don't give him the chance. And fifth, don't stop after your first shot to see what he does next. Keep hitting him with continuous blows until you can safely get away.
This was great. I'm not even joking. This was actually perfect. This is stuff I say in my podcast all the time. The number one most important thing you want to do is to avoid a fight. Don't get in fights. Unless you absolutely have to. Fights are stupid. There is no bravery in it. There's no accolades you get from it. It's not worth your time. Especially if you know that you know how to fight. If you know that you could beat up most people on the planet, why even do it? You already know that. That's why most of these MMA fighters and boxers, they walk into any room and they don't get in fights. They already know what can happen. And I love the preaching of keeping your range. You always want to keep your range. And another thing that he didn't mention is you want to keep somewhat of a soft stance when you're creating separation between you and the potential attacker. Don't get into a hard stance where it's like telling that you're ready to fight, but turn your body sideways to them, perpendicular. Keep one hand in front of you, not necessarily touching the other guy, but it's in front of you just to let them know. And giving them a warning is very important for multiple different reasons that this guy said here. But the other great reason that he didn't mention is you can actually intimidate someone by just giving them a warning, because a lot of people who attack someone for no reason, let's say, because we know none of you guys start anything, right? You're always innocent. People tend to approach this in a bully mentality. So people who give warnings are one of two people. Number one, fakers who are trying to escape a fight through fear. But generally off of human instinct, they can kind of sense if you're about it or not. When you give warnings, there's a kind of demeanor and confidence to you that's going to make or break if the potential attacker is smart enough to disengage or stupid enough to engage even further. But at least you gave your warning. And yes, if you get to the point where you have to start throwing hands, don't just throw one if you know the guy could take more. Hit enough to where you know that you can get away safely, or you can immobilize your target without actually causing head trauma. That's why Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best base to controlling a potential attacker, and then wait for the police to come. Because usually in that kind of situation, you're kind of free of anything that can happen. Man, these were fun. We should do more of this. And like I said last time, put in the comments below the title or a mention of any video you guys want me to see. Do not link it on YouTube. If you want to link me anything, link me through Twitter, either mention or a DM. I'm open with all DMs. I'll put that in my description box if you guys want to do that. And yeah, more stuff coming out. Zeffy out.